Cavaliers tonight on MMS. They are in Dallas. Cavs, Mavs at 8:30 tonight. So 8 o'clock is when your pregame action will begin here on MMS. You get about 90 minutes of the Corey Roddick experience. Before that, when Friday always comes, I will invariably get bombarded with email from people, with texts saying, Alan, it's a Friday, but I simply don't know when the weekend begins. And, of course, we have a very simple answer for that. It's with the Bill Squire Friday Get Down.
Oh, yeah. Galaga, galaga, galaga.
That is when the weekend officially begins, courtesy of Cleveland Whiskey. And that happens in the last half hour of this show. Gwen's here today.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. How are
good.
you?
Oh, fantastic.
Now that we're all caught up.
Yeah. Now that we're all caught up, that's
you two
right.
are funny together.
How so?
Just like listening to you guys go back and forth.
I always
It's just
say,
fun.
I always tell the customers, I say, if you like to hear me have my balls expertly broken on occasion, Gwen is coming in. That's how I describe it. Because that's usually the feedback that I get. Is that going, I love it. She gives you what's up. Like, I don't know what that means, but okay.
They don't sound like that, I bet.
Some of them do.
I don't know. That's my closest approximation.
Our friend once compared us going back and forth like watching a game of ping pong.
Uh-huh.
And I thought that was kind
Ping
of...
pong.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the Forrest Gump type version, or... Right?
You mean the Olympic level?
Yeah, Olympic level ping
Yes.
pong. Yeah. Is ping pong in the Olympics, actually?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Or at least it used to be, I believe.
He retired, actually.
Forrest
Oh.
Gump did.
No, the ping pong. He's a swimmer.
Oh, ping pong. He was on the Chinese national swim team, I
Yes,
believe.
correct.
Yeah. They have a hard time training that swim team because they get so far out, and they have to try to get them to come back.
I'm pretty sure that my cousins have a paternal grandfather that was in the Olympics for ping pong or something similar.
Good for you.
I know. I'm proud, so I brought it up.
Olympic ping pong, really?
Yeah.
In your family?
Daniel is really good at ping pong.
Okay.
All of them are, because
Yeah. They're what?
They hone in on things.
Yeah, but don't you have to grow up playing ping pong too? Like, you don't just go, I'm really smart in one way, so I could figure out ping pong. There are people that try to...
Grow up playing ping pong?
Well, yeah.
I mean,
You can't just pick it up and master it, is what I'm saying.
ping pong's like a child's game anyway, isn't it?
But what I'm saying is
Forrest Gump did.
there are people who will try to foist upon you this idea that something like ping pong is just a matter of angles. And if you can figure those out, you'll be great at it. And I'm like, no.
Well,
Because
yeah,
you're not doing
that's-
real-time geometry. You're
Yep.
playing ping pong. You're trying to get a... I mean...
If you can do it, you are.
Who can do that?
Not you.
I mean, what I'm saying is there's no genius mathematician who would pick up a ping pong paddle and be amazing at it because somehow in real time they figured out all the angles.
I've
You'd have
seen
to-
A
I think
Beautiful
it's like-
Mind.
Huh?
I've seen A Beautiful Mind. And
I haven't
again, Forrest Gump.
Like pool is something I think if you get the angles, you could get in there and really do something.
How is it any different than ping pong?
Because there's no vertical drag in pool. A ping pong ball goes up, goes down. Pool, you're on a flat surface. All you have to worry about is the angles. Yeah, there's spin,
You're
things like...
hitting a ball to hit another ball with a stick.
Well,
and you think that's
not
less
necessarily.
complicated than ping pong?
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe.
You just
I don't
go with
know.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was reading about this. You know,
I
that's
don't equate it to ping pong. It's just bickering.
billiards.
No, you do.
Well, no, we're not bickering. I'm asking a question. I'm trying to glean some knowledge from
He's
the fact.
asking a question, and I think he's dumb.
I'm trying to glean
Sounds
some
like
knowledge
bickering to me.
from the fact that she has an Olympic level ping pong player in her family. I don't have anything like that. We had a
No.
ping pong table in our basement growing up.
You
and it
did?
Yes, and it ended up being used a couple of times, and then it was just used to put crap on.
So that's
I'm
what
like,
this
why
is
do
all
we-
about.
What, that I felt left out?
That you
No,
never fully realized your potential because
You could
your
have
ping pong
been-
table.
A professional ping pong. You could have been in the Olympics for ping pong, but you didn't dedicate yourself.
Trust me, my potential is so fully unrealized in most areas of life. Why would ping pong jump out at me?
We had a ping pong table too that kind of folded up.
They all do.
And my dad and I were home, and I was going to clean the basement and kind of surprise him. And I folded that thing up, and it fell on me.
On you?
And I was like stuck under this ping pong table.
You know they all fold up, right? They all fold
Yeah,
in.
but they don't all fall on you.
How could you not crawl out from underneath an open ping pong
He
table?
was a
really
little
hurt.
kid.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
Like, how old were you at the time? Probably.
16?
12.
No,
12,
12, yeah.
And I had to crawl out from underneath the ping pong table and go in the backyard crying. And I was like, the ping pong table fell on me.
Getting hurt when you're alone as a kid is about the scariest thing in the
Yes.
world. I remember I used to, like, mimic dunking on our swing set.
Oh.
And I would run and jump and then grab onto the bar and try and swing because I was, like, imitating Sean Kemp and Charles Barkley, and they would, like, hang on the rim. So I'm pretending like I'm hanging on the rim. And one time I did it. I'm by myself. I'm probably 11 or 12 years old. And I grab it, I get basically parallel to the ground, lose my grip, slam on my back, like knock the wind out of me, and then I'm just...
That's how the ping pong table was.
And I'm just terrified. I'm like, oh no, I'm dying.
Yeah, well,
and I'm
'cause
going to die right now.
Your
And then
survival instincts kick in, but
Yeah.
you're so young that you don't really have any.
you don't really know what to do. So I'm just gasping for air, and then finally I can't, and then I just go inside and lay on the couch, tell my parents, I'm like, I'm not going to risk this anymore. And that's the thing, is
Like having the wind knocked out of you alone would make you cry because it's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I can't breathe now.
yeah.
And nobody
and then
sees
being
it.
alone makes
Right.
it
Yeah.
way worse.
And then you try to describe it, and they're like, "Oh, you're fine
Yeah.
because you're alive," but they don't know what you just went through.
But it's even
like,
worse
it was
when
that
those
27 Hours movie.
Yeah.
where he cuts his arm off.
That's how I felt under that ping pong table.
You're like, I guess I'm going to cut my arm off under here.
Wait, do you have both your legs?
I mean,
Are those
I
real
own
legs?
both my legs.
Yeah.
But as an adult, first thing you do is look around. Those things can still happen. You can hurt yourself in public or something, and the first thing you do, you're not feeling the pain yet. You're looking around to see if anyone saw that happen to you.
No, I don't think anybody's looking at me.
No. Not that they're... I'm just saying, like, if I saw someone hit their
If you
head...
fall down in public as an adult, you look around to see if anybody saw you do the embarrassing thing
Right.
before you assess how hurt you are.
Right. That's why, like, people...
I agree.
That's why people, when they trip, they do that thing like they pretend they tripped over something. Hey, what is that?
Yeah, you gotta look back
Yeah.
and investigate the sidewalk and be like, well, there must have been something
When-
there.
Yeah.
I
when
walk
we
all
were-
the time.
And if you really commit to it, you go into the store and go, there's something out in that parking lot. You're going to want to look into that.
When my brother and I were at Kid Rock in Put in Bay, we had been drinking and we were walking.
You think? I'm sure. Did you need to say that?
Quiet.
Let her tell her story, man.
And my brother kind of stumbled on a unlevel sidewalk, and this woman, this golf cart, laughed at him, and I was all, you, and I fell and I ate yit. And
You
I had
skinned
to
your
go-
knee, right?
I had to go to the med tent.
Because you were yelling at the lady that was making fun of your brother for falling.
for tripping,
That's
and
like
then
the
I
most
fell.
instant karma ever.
I had blood from my knee to my foot, and I just walked the rest of the way. Oh, it was awesome.
Did she laugh at you, too?
Probably. She was on a golf cart, so she drove away.
Yeah.
That's what you get, blonde
I
bitch.
know.
You were putting Bay Patty.
Old lady at Kid Rock.
Oh, well. You had a good time, though.
I did.
Other than that, he is Kid Rock.
I'm sure that was a sight to see. I would want to go just for the environment. I wouldn't even care about the concert.
Well,
I'm
we
like, can I
couldn't
just
see the stage, so yes.
Yeah, I just want to get on the island and just see what everything is going on. That's what I want to see.
All these jerseys, number 00, and at the top it says F's given.
Oh my God, murder me!
Well, you kind of know what a Kid Rock crowd is, too. I mean, it's
It's like 1 in 10 people had that jersey on. I was like,
1 in
wow.
10.
And it didn't say F's, it said the full word.
Sure.
Oh.
Sure.
They weren't playing nice.
No censoring.
Okay.
It didn't
No
say
censoring.
EFFS.
That would be
No.
that'd be better if they had 1 on their jersey instead of 0, and it said 1 F's given, and it's censored because the one thing they care about is censorship.
Yeah, there you go.
They
They,
want to be
they don't want a kid to see that shirt and be like, oh, that's a swear word. So they got
Right.
they care about that one thing.
Were there
Right.
kids there?
Yeah, there had to be.
There's
I'm
kids
sure.
being made.
Maybe you just
It was pretty
white trash.
It's an older crowd now, too.
It is an older
Kid Rock's
crowd.
been around a long time. Not a lot of teenagers
Well,
into Kid Rock.
And yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think the
teenagers are
tickets
into
were
Post Malone.
inexpensive, so I don't think a lot of kids were shelling out for Kid Rock either.
And plus,
Yeah.
you got to camp out there, so I don't think kids will want to do that.
You don't think kids want to camp?
Not for that occasion.
No, not for
Oh.
that.
Not
Because
for
people
Kid
are
Rock,
waking
then.
up at 6 a.m. tailgating.
With the sweet, sweet strains of Kid Rock off in the
Hey,
Yeah.
as
distance.
a child, I loved tailgating.
I'm sure you did.
I really did. I thought it was so great.
Yeah, you grew up in a tailgate family.
Yeah,
I
I was
didn't.
basically raised at tailgates.
In a parking lot.
Lots of
The
different
asphalt
ones.
jungle was your home
You
when you
know?
were a kid. Here, hold my cup. A lot of those conversations.
I've been
Oh,
once.
yeah.
Yeah.
You've been tailgating once?
Once, and it was this year.
What?
Yeah. I did not grow up in a tailgating family.
But you hadn't done it until this year?
Nope.
Why is that, I wonder?
Because
Because he doesn't like to do things?
No, but you're
No, I
like,
like to do
you're
things,
a
I just-
sports fan, and
I
you're
am a sports fan, but I've never gone tailgating, and I don't usually go to football games. I've said this before. I like watching football games on TV more than I like being at the game.
You've never even tailgated for a concert.
No.
Huh.
Eh,
I mean, it's a
yeah,
big
no, I've
to-do.
tailgated for a concert before. I guess that's, yeah.
Like tables and chairs and silverware and food and booze.
Silverware.
No, just drinking in the car.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys really did it up
You've
right.
been to our tailgate in Ann Arbor.
I don't recall flatware there. I recall a lot of food and
Alan
a lot
and I
of drinks
fell
and
asleep.
things
Oh,
like
that's
that.
because you went to the one where we had sushi and there were chopsticks.
They
Is that what it
make
was?
banana Fosters at our tailgate.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we passed out at the big house when we were dating.
We went to the bathroom and sat down on a grassy hill in between the third and fourth
Is
quarter.
that what they
and
call
fell
the field
asleep.
because they stink?
No.
Okay.
They just won on
Wait,
Saturday.
what? Because they stink.
They stink. Please. We'll find out Saturday after Thanksgiving, won't we?
All right.
Interesting.
And what do you think will happen?
Is that Michigan, Ohio State?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? What do you think will happen? Probably what?
I don't even care,
Deductive
honestly.
reasoning.
I don't know. I don't pay attention to these things. He said they stink. You said they'll win, and I thought
I'm Ohio.
whatever.
This is Michigan. We got to...
I've been dealing
Yeah.
with it for the past 10 years.
Yeah, okay, I understand.
Yeah.
But what's going to happen is probably what always happens, which is that Michigan loses, right?
Correct.
No.
Oh, I mean that seems
No,
to
you're
be
correct.
what has happened.
I mean, maybe. But
What happened was.
we'll see.
All right, well, listen, hope springs eternal,
Actually,
right?
yeah, I don't think Michigan's a great team this year. But
My son goes to Michigan State, and he went to the Michigan State-Michigan game, and he was telling me, I go, how was the game? He goes, oh, it was a lot of fun. He goes, we didn't like people throwing things at us so much, but, you know, a lot of classy folks out there when the two rival teams, little intrastate rivalry going on. He's like, oh, yeah, they're hurling expletives at us and throwing things, and, you know.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Man, I guess I did miss out on some good times tailgating.
Well, your son is doing student section stuff, and Michigan State is actually historically the rowdier of the schools.
I know nothing about any
Yeah,
of
they
that. I
burn
know it's a
couches
well,
I
yeah.
did know that because
and
I've
flip
been...
cop cars.
But it's also
yeah.
a basketball school. It's
Yeah.
not even a football school. So
Because-
it's like, it's, you know. But when they
Yeah.
go, it is.
Well,
Michigan
it's-
State, yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
more
known for its
basketball,
football.
but,
yeah.
but it's still
not
got
like-
a very
it's not like a
prominent
s-
football
Yeah,
program.
it's not a basketball school like Indiana's a basketball
like they're
school.
they're a team that will make it into the top 25 rankings if they're playing
yeah, but
having
they
a good season.
sometimes they have a decent football program.
Again,
Again,
where
I-
Kirk Cousins was the quarterback. Alan, do you think Kirk Cousins is a slouch?
no?
He kind of is. I mean, he's okay.
I don't know. I never went to football games in college.
Yes, we know.
So
Northwestern, why would you?
Right, exactly. And then afterwards, the team started getting good. And then they changed the name of the stadium, and I definitely didn't want to go back. Because it was Dyke Stadium.
Nice.
And then they turned it into something else. I'm like, well, now I don't want to go. I should have gone when it was Dyke Stadium.
It's the markings of a real sportsman. They changed the name of the stadium, so of course I didn't want to go back.
Well, of Romo Fijo, that's why I want to go down to there. Because of the Romo Fijo. Who cared when it was the Q? Now it's the Romo Fijo.
He's very name biased when it comes to stadiums.
Very peculiar.
It's true. If that's supposed to be the environment in which a team can feel most comfortable and try to win, right? Why do we pay such short shrift to the actual arena, to the actual venue? Why? I ask. Why? Listen, all I'm saying
I'm going
is,
to let this one be rhetorical. I'm not going to give you an
yeah,
answer.
I'll let that one hang out
Yeah.
there and
Yeah,
see
it's
what
weird.
happens. Yeah. Hey, these two old guys are the oldest songwriting duo ever. If you're watching at AlanCoxShow.com, I'll play a little bit of this.
Okay, let me get you on
Alan Tripp is 102 years old. I love that he still dyes his hair, because what's the point? But he is a 102-year-old lyricist, and his much younger 88-year-old compatriot is a jazz pianist. And they are the oldest couple to ever release their first album. It's called Senior Songbook.
Are they a married couple?
They are not a married couple. Nope. One is the lyricist. They're kind of like a Bernie Taupin, Elton John type thing, right? Like a Meatloaf and the guy who wrote the Meatloaf songs type of relationship. Who was that guy? Jim Fowler? Who was the dude who wrote the Meatloaf songs?
Such contemporary references.
All right, fine. But they're classic acts. You're not going to know who anybody is out there now. You're not going to know who they are in 10 years. What I'm saying is these are people who people know who they are. Do you know who Elton John is? That's that show we skipped because it was raining. Jim Steinman was the guy who wrote Meatloaf's songs.
All right, you
Look at
gotta.
these two old coots.
I don't got you on there yet.
What?
You gotta, I know, because you.
No, I checked my Wi-Fi.
I know your Wi-Fi is fine, but if I don't if I don't grab it right away, it
Yeah.
doesn't get it. So I got to be ready to grab
I got to
it.
get out and get in?
Get out and then get in. Yeah.
That's what she said.
I was
All
going
right.
to say that's what I said.
Now I
Oh, were
got
you?
it. Now I
Anywho.
got it.
All
Okay.
right. You got it now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not watching the live stream.
He's
Shame on
so
you guys.
aggressive.
To come between us. There ought to be a law.
Damn, those are my old ass
My
fingers.
name's Alan Tripp, and I'm a partner here with Marvin. We write music that you would have loved if you were alive back in 1940, and you can still love today.
I like how the dude has like practically bleeding butthole eyes because he's
Yes.
102, but he dyes his hair. Mm-hmm. I gotta look good for the
Yeah, man. Work on the eyes.
I'm Marvin Weisbord, and for the last 2 years we've been writing songs together. Collectively, we have 190 years between.
The last 2 years. So this guy turns 100 and goes, time for me to hook up with this young whippersnap over here. And
How
start-
old's the other dude?
88.
88.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
between us.
yeah.
Well, that's an average of 95, but some of us are much older than that, and some of us are much younger. I'm 88 years old. I consider myself really old. But when I am working with Alan, you make me feel so young. That's what writing songs with Alan has
Well,
done for me.
I'm 102 years old. I stopped getting older 10 years ago. And I
Can I just be
decided to
honest
get-
though?
That's how I want to be when I'm.
102. He's amazing.
Yes, he sounds like a younger guy.
Yeah.
He's like he's still with it. He's lucid.
102, and
Yeah.
he is like usually when someone's 102, they're sitting in a chair that they've melted into,
Right.
And they're just kind of, huh?
Oh,
Okay. This guy's with it. He's up and
This is
moving.
probably keeping him alive,
Yeah.
honestly.
These are basically you guys in 50 years.
fine.
Just
Think about
watched you say is all I'm
I
saying.
mean, Poundcake
Yeah.
will be long dead, but other than that,
I said I like the guys.
yeah.
younger.
I mean, the
If you
butthole
feel
thing. I
young.
don't
yeah, that
think
was
is-
weird.
yeah.
I didn't.
Well, he does. He's got like these sunken red eyes.
Yeah.
And,
What
you
are
know,
red butthole eyes?
Look
Look
it
at
up.
the video. Look at the
If your
go.
point of view is young and your mind is working, then you're lucky. The synergism between us is very simple. We admire the same people, the same songwriters, but at the same time, we're us. And the fact that we get along together so well is a miracle.
Well, why would you wait until you were 100 years old
they
to do
just
this?
met each other. He's just talking about their synergy.
Yeah, I know. but-
Synergism.
Synergism. Which, it's a little malaprop, but all right.
Yeah, he's 102.
I know
Let him have it.
I ought to kiss you, but baby, there's an issue.
And you know, the vocalist is probably like 67 years old, so
Right.
he's the whippersnap of the group. Mm-hmm. He's the Adam Levine of this
Singing
whole
this
outlet.
very modern song.
I just can't remember your name.
Well, he
Is this a song about Alzheimer's?
probably, yeah. He goes, this is the kind of stuff you'd like if you were around in the 40s. They're very open about it.
Yeah.
Met you at Maplewood Retirement Home.
The music goes back to the 1940s, to the kind of music you can hum and whistle and love. And we combine that old music with a new point of view, and those are the songs that are in the new album that we now have called the Senior Songbook.
It would be weird to be playing instruments that are younger than you.
Plus,
This guy's got some rusty old saxophone. I guarantee
You
it's
mean
not
like
100.
invented yet?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of saxophones are like that old, are they?
This one, well, the saxophone was invented in like the 1800s, but I mean, this one looks pretty old. I bet it's still younger than 102 years
of
old.
course it is.
Yeah.
I'll be really annoyed if the 88-year-old dies before the 102-year-old.
Why?
The older
I don't
guy's
know.
eulogizing him at the.
He's taller, so he probably will die.
I feel like the
first.
older guy should go first. Like, he's had a long life. Why you want to, like, I'd just be pissed.
He's got it. He's taking care of himself though. For 102, he's in great shape.
He
Except
can.
for his butthole eyes, apparently.
He can speak. Those
Bloody
don't really.
butthole eyes.
Yeah.
Bloody- that's so
Those don't usually hit you till your 90s.
They're all dangly.
But he could at the guy's funeral. He'd be like, "Well, it was our synergism that everybody loves so much."
Also, are they doing a song about how elderly people get more STDs than younger people in old folks' homes?
I don't know.
I wish that's the song that I would listen to.
I feel like they need to
Music
wrap that.
comes
Yeah.
I
from
mean, there's a lady that's in there.
Oh.
what I would call the classical era of popular music, from the 1920s into the late 1950s and perhaps early 60s. What made these songs classic?
I feel
the
like this
lyrics.
is too much of a feel-good story for you to talk about.
That's why I'm starting the show with it, because by the end of the show,
Yeah, I don't think.
I'll be
I
all.
think you should
But
just abort.
But although this is in direct reaction to people who have hit me up and said, you don't do enough material about centenarians who are writing songs. So there you go.
This
That's
is
just
like
a little.
the 55th minute of 60 Minutes.
That's, that's just like CBS Sunday
Yeah,
morning.
yes, exactly.
Yeah, they go from Gaffigan's monologue into this. Yeah, I understand. All right, I'm going to have Cavs tickets for you. Kyrie and the Nets are in town on Monday, so if you want to be there, we'll hook you up with a pair shortly. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS and everywhere